on out there in, what do they call this? I don't know what they call it, but we're in Christman garage, and I heard a word, well, I know a word, procrastinate. I ain't got too much time for somebody that procrastinates. That means they're putting off something they could be doing right now and getting it out of the way and not worrying about it no more. Well, I ain't got too much time for it. I mean, if I got something to do, I'm going to do it. And I'm pretty well known that if I go uptown and buy something new, I probably won't eat anything until I see it work or run or smell it. And but now that I got that off my chest, years ago I went to welding school. It was actually in 1966 and 1967. I went to a vocational welding school. I got a 1,000-hour certificate in welding. I can weld just about anything. I used to be able to. Well, I ain't did that much lately, but we learned how to weld with wire welders, stick welders, MIG, TIG, acetylene, do all kinds of stuff. And we learned how to work with a lot of metal, but we didn't do any forging. And this last thing here, everybody's in a ripper about forging this and forging that. And but I did try to make a knife. Now get me, I tried to make a knife in welding class. And what I did was I whittled out a piece of steel and made a knife. Well, it's kind of an evil looking thing. It's got a nice bevel to it. It's not flat. And got a nice backbone to it. But I started this thing, let's see, it being 66 or 67. That's a long time. That's over 50 years ago. And I have procrastinated to fix it. I don't know if I procrastinated or just didn't have the knowledge to how to do it right. Well, when I did it, I did this part pretty good, but there was no YouTube back there to see how to do stuff. You either had some old hillbilly show you how to do it or you figured it out yourself. But I didn't have a clue on how to put a handle on a knife. The only thing I ever seen a handle on was a file. Well, you know how a file handle is. It's just a stub. And they stick it down in there. Well, that works good on a file, but it's not really that pretty on a knife. And I made this in shop class and took it over to the woodworking place and had a guy turn me out a handle. Well, that worked for a long time, but I got thinking I need to make a handle for it, but how can I do it? Because what I actually want to do, I found this in NRA magazine. It was a picture of a knife. I cut it out, or had the wife cut it out and put it on cardboard and made it stiffer. Now I think I got enough steel there to cut it out and reshape it and make that knife right there. But kind of a ragged looking handle. But I figured if I could take some steel and put it up there on that like that, we can make, get some more metal down here to make a handle. But I didn't just want to lay that up there on top of that. I didn't want to cut this off because that still got some pretty good strength right in there. So I thought, well, if I can notch that, lay that around it, and have some down here, we might do it. So I'm going to go out here in my shop for a little bit, and we'll see what we come back with. Hang on a minute. Okay, I'm back. Here's what I come up with. I went out there and I traced this around on that piece of steel and cut it out the best I could with I got a little body saw, a little saw, a little real small reciprocating saw. And I thought, I traced it out and cut down there like that. And took a file and kind of shaped it a little bit. And if that thing will clip down on there, I might have it upside down. I don't know. We'll flip it over. Oh, there, I figured it out that time. Now, I got that piece of metal on there. And I'm pretty sure we got enough metal to get that looking like that. I got a piece of aluminum. I'm going to do this part with aluminum. and I got wood. I'm going to make handle grips on the side here. I'm going to use heavy duty copper wire, real heavy copper, probably 1/4 inch copper wire to make rivets to hold this on. This is my idea of how to do it. I don't expect y'all to go out there and agree with everything I do, but I'm doing it my way. And I'm sure a lot of people out there say, well, he just screwed that up. Well, you can't screw something up that's already halfway not right. So it's going to be a little bit till I get everything figured out. And there ain't no sense you watching an hour of somebody cutting metal. So what I'm going to do is that's what I want when I'm done. I want this here to look like this. And this is going to be steel down through there. And what I got to do, I got to go out and I'm going to do some welding. I'm going to weld all around here with the wire welder on both sides. Like that on both sides. And take my Harbor Freight grinder and smooth this all down. And then I got metal here I can work with to redo a knife. So, give me a few minutes and I'll be back with you. Okay, I'm back. Did my welding up there. I don't think that looks that terrible bad for a blind man in cold weather, shivering and shaking. But now I got to go out there with my Harbor Freight grinder and smooth that down. And we will come back and check you out in a little bit. Give me a few minutes, okay? Okay, folks, I'm back here again. I did a bunch of grinding out there, and it got it down pretty good. What do you think? I think it's going to come out. Well, we ain't going into business in knife making, but I think I can bring my old high school knife back around. And that's the difference between schools then and schools now. When I was in school, we made stuff like this in shop class. I made a small cannon in shop class. We'd take our rifles to school and clean them in shop class. Nobody ever got shot. Nobody ever got stabbed. If we had to fight, we duked it out with our fists. And they really wasn't a fight. They were just wrestling matches. But the school systems now it just blows my mind of what the kids are getting away with. And it all points back to the home. The kids imitate what they see in the home. And you got to have a godly home if you want godly children. And I'm just going to let that lay for right now, and we'll get back to you when I get this whittled out and shaped down like that. And there's a lot of putter work. It really don't mean that much. It'd just be nice to see the finished project. And I'll get back with you in a little bit. Catch you later. Alright, folks, I'm back, and I'm going to give you a little bit of what I'm actually doing to get this knife in shape. You see, I've already did a little bit there. I got to do some here and take this down here. And what I did, took that cardboard layout and put it up there as a stencil. And it's a lot of work, but we'll just keep working at it. Here we go. That'll give you a little bit of an idea how much work it is to that. That's one of the smallest Harbor Freight grinders they got. The big boys got a lot better tools, but that one seems to work. I'm in no hurry, but that's what it's going to do right there. And I'm not going to film a whole bunch of it because it's pretty repetitious. And we'll get to it when it's done or further along. Okay, folks, I did right much more grinding on this thing, and we're going to hold it up here against our pattern. And I think it's coming along pretty good. We still got a lot of grinding to do to it. I'm going to have to get some more belts from my grinder, but we'll keep touching in every now and then as we proceed. Okay, folks, I'm back again. I did a little bit of grinding on it off camera and stuff like that. But what I want to do now is put a couple holes in this tang so that to be there when I put the handle on. But if I heat treat it and they get real hard, it's a booger bear to drill through hard steel. So I'm going to get a tape measure out here. Be nice if they hold still, you know. They want to skate around on me. Okay. We'll drill a hole right there if I can. I don't know. Maybe it's already too hard. Well, I did okay. You get one somewhere in between them. There we go. Now see this here? That wire there will go through that hole real nice. Yeah, just the right size. And that's what we use for our rivets when we get to it. Now, see, when I heat treat that, I ain't got to worry about drilling through hard steel because this will already be heated up and tempered down for the rivets. Okay, I'm back. I did a bunch of polishing on the blade, trying to get most of the grind marks out, and I figured I need to do them before I harden it. And I didn't remember forging this, but apparently I did. I was in a welding class. The teacher was helping me. But if you look real close, you can see pit holes in it. And the only way them pit holes could have got in is if it had been forged. And up there, I know it's a little bit harder than normal, but we're going to try to get a little bit harder. I got my handle on back here. And what we're going to do is, we're going to put these on here like this. And then after they're riveted on, we'll bring them down to the shape of the steel, and it'll look pretty decent. But I wanted to get this as shiny as I could before we heat treat it, because probably after we heat treat it, it's going to be pretty hard and won't be able to get too much more metal off of it other than trying to sharpen it. Okay, folks, I'm back. I did been working on this knife. I've actually heat treated it, repolished it. I didn't show you all that because I know I'm gonna get a whole bunch of static on not doing it right, or I should have did it this way, or should have did it that way. And there's 100 ways you can do it out there, but my way did it, and it got fairly hard. Now I'm gonna try to put some. I got some oak here I'm going to put on for handles. And like I said, this is my way. And we'll see what happens. I'm going to take, I got some copper wire right here. It's actually the ground wire off of telephone poles. So don't go out there and start ripping it off your telephone poles. You watch around the neighborhood when they pull a pole down, old pole down, say, hey, could I have a piece of that copper wire that's coming down for a ground wire? And they'll probably say, yeah, go ahead and take it with you. Get you a piece. So that right there will make you a lot of rivets and knives. And I've already figured out these holes are going to be about that size right there. And so we're going to try to cut some of this stuff off. I started building this knife back in 67. You've all heard that story. That's the front of it. And I'm just finishing it up. And I don't know if I'm doing it right, if I'm doing it wrong. That's the way I do it to make sure my holes all line up in my handle. Okay. See, my pin still goes in now there and goes through the steel. Now, if we take that out and we go like this, okay, that looks good like that, doesn't it? Does me. Pull that off. Oh. I might have to mix up some more here. I believe we got it pretty well screwed up. Okay, keep that dot down there. I'm going to have to mix up a little bit more. I'd rather have some go to the bad than not have enough mixed up. I'm going to paint that up good. Oh boy, we're doing it now. I'm going to put our pins in there like that. And what I do, is we're going to polish all that wood off so we ain't got to worry too much about skinning it. And I'm going to bear down on that thing like that right there. So that's what we got right now. It looks kind of rough, but I think it'll come around. I might take and smear some more of that down, epoxy down there like that. So we're going to leave that set right there like that for a while. And I'll be back and we'll see what it looks like, okay? Alright, see our stuffing. It's nice and hard there. We'll take these things off. Okay. That's what we got now. Okay, so all I'll do is nip these things off close so I can get them. Looks kind of rough, doesn't it? Well, what I'm going to do, we're going to move out to the other shop and do a little grinding on it. See if we can bring it back around. Okay, I did right much grinding on it. I got it looking pretty good. I'm going to take a little bit of sandpaper and kind of smooth it down. In fact, I'm going to wear a glove because that thing up there is pretty sharp right now. Now, that suits me for what I'm doing with that knife. Well, I finished it after, since 1967. I think it looks a little bit different. But I don't like that color on my handle, so I'll show you what I do. Let it sit there for about 10 minutes, let it soak in good. Well, there you go, folks. After, what was it, 50-some years since 1967, I finally put a handle on it. But I actually say I made that one. It's a good hard knife. It's a pretty knife to me, but that's just you ever start something, you don't quite know what you're doing, just hang in there, it'll come to you. I'm happy with it. And y'all have a good one out there, and God bless you. Just remember, Jesus loves you, and we here at Christman Garage love you too. Bye-bye.